taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
So, and then also we had another card, on there, that was happening on Saturday night from Top Rank, and this one was just more or less. I think it's probably, I don't know, one would probably call it a throwaway card, but it didn't have any throwaway fights like that, on there. Of course, we're talking about Efe Ajagba. He's facing Joseph Goodall, who was coming off his brutal upset of Stephen Shaw. And let's say, there's nothing wrong with a heavyweight fight. I mean, everyone loves a heavyweight fight. It's, if the heavyweight, especially is swinging and punching and knocking somebody out. You're right.
Straight up. Yep.
But this card though the undercard did have some stuff on there. Like it was a very there was some upsets. There was one of shoutouts to, I know Lukey mentioned but I think it's Angel Angel. I always say it's either one Rabola, and upsetting Omar Rosario by decision. And that was that was a really, really, really good fight.
The Rosario, the Puerto Rican guy that lost to 0?
Yeah, he lost to 0.
Yeah. I watched that one. Yeah.
Did
you catch that Morales fight? That guy Lacey should have won, bro.
Yeah, no, I call all. Yeah, I call all the. Yeah, this shit was. Yeah,
Morales. I've seen him struggle before, and I was like, okay, this guy Lacey is a big dude from Indiana, undefeated. You notice that whenever PBC faces, whenever Top Rank faces, their prospect faces somebody who's undefeated, it's a different type of fight than them fighting the jobber, the 5-3 guy.
Yeah, Antonio Morales. Honestly, I don't think. I know they want to push him because he's a Mexican, he's heavyweight, and he's 6'9", but. Dude doesn't impress me at all. Nothing about him impresses me. There's something about him that's just he reminds me of a Mexican Ty Fields, and that's not a good flattering comparison.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's not. And that guy Lacey, I saw an interview after the fact. Seems really down to earth. Talks like a nigga. But either way,
yeah, he does.
He should have won that fight, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He won that 4-2. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of let off. I guess he let off in the end. And
the funny thing is too, Skylar Lacey is not even that damn good either. He's not. But he was basic boxing Morales' head off until he got tired.
He was better than Morales. You know what I'm saying?
I think if it wasn't for Morales hurting him late in the fight, Lacey probably should have won that fight by decision. He should have won the fight, but I think the judges looked at, because Lacey was the one that was getting hurt near the end of the fight. Yeah, but hung on.
Yeah, he hung on. He fumbled the bed.
Yeah, but if I had to put money on who's the next top ranked prospect to lose to 0, it's gonna be that guy. that guy. I don't see it. I do not see it with that dude at all. Not even a little bit.
He's basically Guido's better boxer than him. You know what I'm saying? Guido's clearly a better boxer than him. You know what I'm saying? Guido lost his 0, so it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time because because his level right now is he should be brutally knocking. If he was the goods, he should be brutally knocking out these guys, and he's not. He is, but he's not. It doesn't look like he's. It looks like he's struggling. Majorly. Yeah, and then
because even this fight before this and a couple fights before, he was in struggle mode. So it's nah. Yeah, you're about to lose your 0.
Yeah, and then there was another fighter on there too that should be moved up. Lindolfo Delgado, that guy is ready for a big fight because, like I said, last year him and Omar Aguilar, those two went to war. That might be one of the best 8-round wars I've seen in a long fucking time. Which Delgado won.
Yeah. But he hasn't really built up since then, except Saturday. He hasn't really followed up with that, should I say?
Yeah, because I was thinking they would try to step up his competition because he fights at 140, so I was like, put him in there. He had some fights after that, and they were cool, or whatever, but he didn't really make a good impression. Like that. It wasn't like the Aguilar fight where dude went to war and won a war. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but Luis Ramos, like he tried though, but geez, like talk about a brutal knockout. Like
that was vicious. Yeah, that was a vicious KO.
That was a vicious highlight reel KO.
That was.
Yeah, like honestly, Top Rank needs to throw needs to throw him in a tough fight afterwards. Like dude could probably handle that type of fight.
Yeah, the thing with 140 on Top Rank, like it seems like you know for the longest time they had one of the stronger stables, but it feels like it's top heavy or like prospect level, and Delgado's kind of in the middle. He's like my term prospender. He's like. He's not ready for the fight the Teofimos and the Jose Ramirez's. And maybe he could fight Jose Ramirez and win, but I'm just saying but he's also not. He's too high of a risk for like a Tiger Johnson and some of those guys at one. You know what I mean? At 140. So I don't know.
But yeah,
if Barboza was there, real quick. If Barboza was there, that'd be the perfect fight. But Barboza left. That'd be the perfect fight to make. But
Barboza. I don't know. Barboza right now. I don't know what he's planning to do because dude is just like all over the place now. Like he's a free agent, but he's not doing shit right now. So it's just like, what are you gonna do with that? But Top Rank, however, did have a gem of a fight, and this is one of the fights that doesn't necessarily happen all that often on Top Rank cards because when we talk about Top Rank cards, it's always like. I wouldn't say they're jobber festivals, but we get a lot of WWF superstar type fights. You get the star, and then you get someone who may be a jobber or a jobber to the stars, and you think, okay, they're supposed to win. This one was a fight between two real prospects with Henry LeBron and William Foster III. And William Foster III, ironically, is the man that took the 0 of one Edwin De Los Santos on Showbox, who of course is gonna be fighting next week too. But you think that someone that he took that dude 0, but he's been pretty much fighting in what you call obscurity.
Yeah, he was on Pro Box 3 months ago, getting a nice knockout. Literally less than 3 months ago. More 2 months ago, and this was a big fight for him. He's 30. I didn't realize until last week he was about 30 years old. I thought he was still a younger, prospect, but this was like kind of like a do or die. This was
William Foster is a guy from my area of Connecticut. Like he's a town over from me. Like I was like, so it's like he's probably one of Connecticut's Connecticut's best prospect right now in terms of actually trying to do something. And like I said, William Foster can fight. So and what we got was a hell of a fucking fight. Like honestly, this shit was honestly this if I had to say this was probably the most underrated fight of the year, this is probably it because it should really get more attention than what it actually got. Like they fought it was a war, but it was a technical war. Like you could tell that their minds were processing shit like a mile a minute.
It was high level, yeah.
High level fight.
I heard LeBron was hitting him with the left hooks nonstop. Just the catch left hooks were landing for LeBron.
Yeah, because what happened was Foster would land the ropes, try to and not do anything, and it was letting LeBron hit him with all types of hooks and shit like that, and also the body shots too. I always got to mention that too. That was the secret for LeBron actually winning the fight. He went to Foster's body early and kept going to the body, and dude just wore down. And he wore him down himself. But Foster though was tough though. He was tough. He hung in there and everything like that. Because there were times that he got hurt, and then there was times where LeBron got hurt too. But it was one of the fights where I was standing up. I was like, oh damn!
I missed that when I was hyping it up. So I heard it was really high level, and because I've seen Henry LeBron and he's never looked, because remember that LeBron versus LeBron fight. But this was probably the best you've seen him look, Pat. The best
easily, bro.
I heard it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he won that fight. He beat Foster because it was a majority decision. Although I don't agree with the 99-91. The 99-91, it was not. It was not a 99-91 fight. The other scores was 96-94 and then the draw. which are in the area, but it was not no 99-91 for Henry LeBron. Like it was not at all. That was some incompetent judging.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, salute to LeBron. Like honestly, like they can run that back though, and I know Foster because he was just on Pro Box like two months ago.
Yeah. Well, do you think that Henry LeBron is ready for like say Abraham Nova or maybe not yet?
Oh yeah, no, he's ready. He's ready.
How about Valdez? Valdez kind of a little washed now. How about or not yet? Oscar.
I wouldn't say Oscar Valdez yet. Like,
but Nova would be a good barometer. Abraham Nova would be the person.
Yeah, Abraham Nova would be a really good barometer, but Valdez is a little bit too seasoned right now.
Yeah, he's a little too. Even though he's lost a couple, but yeah, he's still.
And I'm just taking a look at Anthony Manzano's question. Who do you guys rather for Foster go against? Cruz, Cordina, or Navarrete?
Which Cruz? Which Cruz are you talking about?
Which Cruz are you talking about? You
talking about Pitbull?
You talking about Pitbull Cruz? Because Pitbull, I mean,
he's at 135. He's small, but he's at 135.
He's at 135.
But between maybe Hector Luis Garcia. Between the three champs, I'd rather see Navarrete. He's the only one at the 130 champs I feel like could maybe legitimately challenge Navarrete.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like if a Foster, I would welcome a Foster Navarrete fight. Shit, like
that's a great fight.
Yeah, that's a great fight. I would. Oh, Andy Cruz.
I mean, Foster's at 130 right now, so I don't say right now, but maybe down the line if he moves up.
Yeah, because I mean, Andy Cruz is at 135 right now. So, and Cruz, like I said, I mean, right now, I think Cruz is one of the ones I need to see more from. Like, I mean, I know it's Dave like that, but I need to see more from. As in, I need to see dude get some knockouts at least.
Yeah. He can't be. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's high touted and he's quote unquote Keyshawn's daddy. All the people said, and he's talented. I mean, he clearly he 10-0'd or what Burgos, who's a really veteran, really good veteran fighter.
Yeah. Fighting Burgos, someone dangerous like that, and winning a decision. That's I can
your
respect
opener,
that.
and you probably didn't lose it around. You got some true talent.
Yeah, and then he's fighting Hector Tanahara on the he's Hector Tanahara on the Devin Haney.
You're gonna need to you need to continue the Cuban school of boxing upgraded because we're gonna need we need to get some guys out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be 10-0 with 0 knockouts like you're Sky Nichols.
Yeah, exactly. Like Cruz, but I want to see if he can because some of these amateurs like sometimes like they do that, but I need to see him get some knockouts now because if any Cruz knocks out Tanahara, it will at least tell me a little something more that he has some. He really does have a little. They can actually sit down his punches. But in terms of anyone who has not seen the LeBron Foster fight, do yourself a favor and go see that. It's highly fucking recommended. Highly recommended. And then it brings us into the co-main of the card, Raymond Muratalla and Diego Torres. Now, Raymond Muratalla, I'm sorry, he put his foot in Diego Torres' ass. Like, that wasn't, like, Muratalla definitely looked like an actual contender in this fight. Because Torres can punch, but Torres just seemed to had nothing. Like, from the opening bell, like, dude was just getting boxed up. Muratalla was showing him angles, countering, like, hit him with all types of, like, dude was ridiculous. Pilot, did you see this fight? I know you.
Yeah, I definitely saw this fight. I mean, I've been high on Muratalla. I think Muratalla has been, entered the top 10 lightweights, discussion on the back half of the top 10 and creeping up. I thought Tim Bradley was going a little too crazy with the ride and pause. Tim Bradley was going a little too crazy with it. I mean, I know the guy Torres was an undefeated Mexican power puncher. He had nothing for him from the get-go, you could tell. I know that, he was a club level, 18-0 type of guy. Nothing's wrong with that, but there's levels. Muratalla's with Robert Garcia has true power. I know he got dropped a few fights ago, but he's improved since then. But at the same time, some of the hype he's getting all of a sudden for that's a little much.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking because sometimes with the Mexican fighters, it's either if you see an 18-0 with 17 knockouts record, it's either they're like a Navarrete before they got signed to Samson, or they're just the fight they're knocking out club fighters. Because like I said, but in this particular case, it didn't look like Torres didn't have nothing from Mortal. And
Mortal is still a son. He didn't get hit. I'm saying he blocked a flawless performance. So I'm not going to hate on him. It was a great performance, but
no, it really was. I honestly didn't think it was going to be that one-sided like it was.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be one. I mean, again, we might have seen Torres on a pro box or some sort of club card, but I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect to have something like that. So I mean, it's an A performance. I
don't know, like when Mortal finally put him down, probably dropped him. Yeah, that was a wrap.
You think it was a little premature? It was a good stoppage.
No, it was a good stoppage. Torres it was 8 rounds. Torres took 8 of a steady beating. Yeah, he did. Like, I had no problem with that stoppage. Like, they needed to pull him out.
I didn't either. But Tim Bradley's dick riding was a little annoying.
Yeah, Tim. I don't know. Tim, like, ever since Andre Ward, got dismissed from Top Rank,
he's been sort of pretty bad, right?
Yeah, his commentary has been borderline wild. Like,
yeah, I used to fuck with Timmy Tough, and then lately, I don't know. Lately, it's just like, jeez, bro, what do you?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, because it's almost taking me back to the days when it was him and Teddy Atlas, and because he was giving me this, because in a way, because he was giving me the vibes, like obviously when him and Teddy did commentary for Pacquiao, Jeff Horn, and you could tell that both these guys had been drinking and were in the sun too long, and and they were saying all types of wild shit, like fucking Bradley, of course, with his Japans, and I was like, "Word, Tim, like this, we going back to that 1930s racism that you find in the Looney Tunes cartoons, like." Yeah, dude was wild, and then when he got paired with Andre Ward and Tessitore, he dialed back and was his commentary improved. But now I think it's just I don't know what he's doing now with his commentary. It's like
he took over. I mean, because I know Ward sometimes would chill a little bit, with, the HBO influence, but he kind of went OD lately. I mean, you don't think he was being a little overbearing on Murtaugh a little bit, the way he's saying?
Oh, he was. Yeah, it's not the only time too. Like that, and motherfucker was obsessed with Keyshawn Davis taking an L. Like,
and he also said after the State of Boxing show, I'll say it right now, Murtaugh will beat Haney. You just saying.
Yeah,
why are you saying that for? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, dude, like, bruh, like, I get it, Top Rank, but you can't be out here on some Homer shit. Like, you gotta tone
maybe
that
because he's
down.
with Pro Box now, and Pro Box has more freedom of speech. Because I'll be watching some Pro Box, some of their some of their videos with Paulie and Chris.
He does. He does show up on there, doesn't he?
And now I think him and Atlas are actually signed, quote unquote, signed to them, so they're on a lot of the X segments,
Yeah. So it's just, I was like, damn, Timmy, like, he's like, yeah. And then of course there's that, and then motherfucker will be on some random shit, like nigga calling himself hot chocolate with 2 T's and shit like that. Like, come on, bro, like, what are we doing? It's like, what is your problem? and then they'll show him like vibing with the music and shit like that. Like, I get it, like, Timmy, like I think Timmy now is, he's either just trying to adjust without having an Andre Ward, to play, the straight man to what he does.
Or he's just overcompensating and has to just go overboard with it.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any chemistry with Tessitore or something like that. Like,
yeah, they need nothing. They need somebody else. They need a third or fourth mic or whatever.
Yeah, like, because like I said, when he was paired with Teddy himself Teddy can carry a product. Of course, Top Rank, he's pretty much done with ESPN and commenting on regular boxing like that. So it's just like, yeah, they do need somebody there. Like, so I feel like someone in there that can vibe with Timmy, but also can try to keep some of his silly shit. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, bro! Like, what are we doing? But yeah, though. But then it takes us to our main event with Efe Ajagba and Joe Goodall. And I'll say this too, because a couple of fights ago, like before the fight he had with Kasabuski, Bob Arum did an interview where he publicly called out Efe Ajagba for not being exciting or anything like that. And usually that's very rare for Bob Arum to do. Like he called him out his name and everything and said like, yeah, no, he needs to be more exciting in this than for it, because when you start getting that, you start getting because Top Rank has been known to let people go just off one bad loss, like because that's why you have Elvis Rodriguez, like that, or someone who didn't even lose yet, like Edgar Berlanga, like it's
facts, straight up.
Yeah, so there, and Efe Ajagba, before it was I fought on PBC, and then a whole change happened, and then he's on Top Rank. So pretty much like he was forced to like fight in a way that's more exciting. Like the Kasabuski fight was an exciting fight. It was absolutely exciting, outside of the whole let me how many times can I get hit in the balls type of thing, because Kasabuski was a head case and wanted out of the fight. But this time, I think Efe Ajagba put together possibly his best professional performance like to date. Like
that jab was a battering ram, and I mean I know he's improved since he lost to Frank Sanchez, but maybe it's the level he's facing, but this like showed a lot of the most improvement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he was like the jabs, he mixed in the right hands, the uppercuts, and Goodall. Like although he was firing back though, but Joseph Goodall clearly did not have good enough defense, because Efe Ajagba is a guy that is a heavy-handed guy, is an extremely heavy-handed guy. So he's not, and shout out to Johnny Rice. Johnny Rice, Johnny would tell me too, like over and over again, how heavy-handed dude was, because he's sparred with him and he's fought him before. Like I'm thinking to myself, like he should be taking. And Goodall was taking these shots clean, and as early as like round 2, you see his legs kind of like he was buckling all over the place. Third round, he was badly. Goodall was badly getting his ass beat.
He didn't. He had no confidence the whole fight because of that jab.
Yeah,
because it's been a while since Ajagba got a knockout. It feels like.
It does, because after that Frank Sanchez fight, I was there when he fought Stephen Shaw, and I remember I was there, and I was disappointed because I was like, where's the guy that was one punching some of these guys, getting them out of there? Like really, like there was nothing, like none, like the fire was gone. But
I think he was a little more reluctant and scared of the power, I guess, or something like that, because
right.
Goodall was able to walk through Stephen Shaw, common opponent they had, and get him out. They're not thought to play the triangle theory, but it just looked like he just didn't. Yeah, Ajagba was just a little too much for him.
There was a clear level, and Goodall, although Goodall will probably be an interesting heavyweight to keep around, keep him in fights like this. But yeah, Efe Ajagba clearly showed that he was on a different level from him. And Efe Ajagba in the 4th round, like when he pretty much finished dude off in the 4th round with uppercuts and the jab and the right hand. Like, yeah, this shit was crazy. Like,
you think that was a premature? That was also good. That was decent.
That was a good stoppage because the funny thing is too, if Goodall actually went down and actually cleared his head, it would have been one thing, but. Dude was rocking and rolling all over the ring, like he was gone, like he had no legs and everything like that. And it's only so long a referee is going to actually allow that shit to go on without him firing.
He was
back.
thinking legging for a hot second for sure. Yeah, he was on the noodle legs for a minute. So there was nothing wrong with that stoppage, because all it was delaying. If Goodall wasn't going to go down. I can see Efe Ajagba lining him up for like a coup de grace type of shot and to really lay him out. Yeah, it would have been bad for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So like there's absolutely positively nothing wrong with that stoppage. So like I said, Efe Ajagba, at least because Top Rank needs its heavyweights, because right now Top Rank heavyweights are a mixed bag. Now we have, of course, Fury, who of course is licking his wounds from the whole Ngannou fight, and then you have Jared Anderson, who we just learned of today, got arrested for OVI and improperly having firearm in his car. Like, you know, a double whammy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Top Rank needs a heavyweight now. That's at least that's standing on business. Like,
I saw Zhang was there.
Yeah, and Zhang obviously was there too.
I mean, that'd be a perfect co. I mean, just imagine. I think Zhang obviously is a little much. Zhang's older, but I mean, imagine Ajagba Zhang as the co-main for a Usyk Fury. I mean, that sounds like a super fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not be mad at that as a co-main at all. I would not.
Yeah, but I also don't think. I also don't think that Zhang is not interested in fighting Efe Ajagba. I think Zhang is wanting his title shot.
Yeah, but he was there. You know, he was actually at the fight. You know,
yeah, he was there.
Yeah, he was interviewed. I think he was interviewed or some shit. But you know, he was around. So I mean, yeah. But obviously, you saw what happened as Zhang. You see what happened to Joyce. He took his title shot. So like,
yeah, he took his interim.
You don't want to be next on that Summer Jam screen.
Yeah, because Zhang realizes how close he is. Because Zhang is 40 years old, and you know, I know heavyweights, they kind of last a little bit longer, but they don't last that much longer before their physical skills start fading. Like, so,
facts.
You know, he's in a situation now where, I mean, obviously, although he's not next in line to face the Fury Usyk winner, but he's close. And you know, and of course, you know, obviously, if the WBO decides to strip Usyk at any given time, or Usyk gives it up, then you know, then Zhang is the new WBO heavyweight champion. So, so he's in a position right now, and I don't know. I personally, I would love to see a Zhang Ajagba fight, because that would be a hell of a fight, and that could be like a fight of the year. Yeah, no, but.
Would you do a Makhmadov versus because Makhmadov has faced the Calm, so would you have Makhmadov face Ajagba, or is this kind of even that's just like
I would too Makhmadov, because Makhmadov is not learning anything from who he's been facing. Makhmadov is you know, with the exception of I think Takam, like
the Calm fight I watched that it was one of those Canada Friday night cards, right?
And then
was hitting him nonstop with the windmill, you know, like the windmill kept landing no matter what, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn.
Yeah, like I think they need to get Makhmadov into the swing of things, and they also need to, like I said, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Zhang can't be inactive forever, so I know they're gonna put him in the ring with somebody. But yeah, like Efe Ajagba, now you can add him there. Like you can make interesting fights with all these guys. You can absolutely make interesting fights.
Heavyweight's not one of the weaker divisions right now. I mean, you know, like heavyweight's kind of deep, somewhat.
Well, heavyweights, it's weak because these guys are not really fighting.
I mean, there's a good selection of 10+ fighters in the division is what I mean.
Yeah, no, there is, but I mean, they either are not fighting or they're having all types of glitches. And, you know, like I said, Fury was the last heavyweight around that wasn't glitching, and then he almost lost to a debuting MMA fighter. So it's
straight up.
Yeah, all these heavyweights, they're heavily flawed. And usually with heavily flawed, either they're talented and they're flawed and they're fun and they'll go fight and they'll fight anyone the way they need to. So
yeah, straight up.
But yeah, no. Shout out to Efe Ajagba, for that was a good win, and it capped off a pretty good night of top ranked boxing. Like it wasn't a struggle or anything like that. Though it was actually a good little showcase. But like I said, they weren't big cards, so I get it. People were probably like, it was like status quo, like it was like a came and went, but they were entertaining for what they were, and like so sometimes you need that.
You do. You definitely need that.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at Anthony Manzano's comments again. Cuban school boxing is basically the boxing that Eastern European fighters use. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah, like if you ever heard us in the past, we've had less than positive enthusiasm about the Cuban style school of boxing. Although we do believe that it is making a comeback.
But I mean, you got guys like Morel, who's like kind of remixing the school. It's like he's turned to a charter school. Like he's getting some knockouts.
Yeah, because I think most of the Cuban fighters today are more offensive than what's typical. Because usually most Cuban fighters are like when we think about Cuban fighters, I think Erislandy Lara is who we think of. Like that's Cuban style, basic a 1-2, like a 1-2 or. Or a 1-3 or some shit like that.
Well, a young Lara, because now Lara became like a stationary knockout artist, counterpuncher type shit.
Yeah.
Now, but the 154 Lara was that's sweet.
Yeah, either that or the Bartholomew brothers. That's what you think. And like I said, the connotation behind that is, and of course, Rigo and all that. Like they all were fighting somewhat too similar, and it wasn't entertaining. So it's like
it wasn't. Yeah.
Because
Rigo would knock a nigga out, but it'd be boring until he did. It'd be kind of boring, real boring until he did. Usually,
facts. Absolutely facts. It would absolutely be boring. And Rigo's never. But I can go off on Rigo, but I don't want to go off on Rigo because I know Rigo right now is trying to resurrect his career after coming back from what probably should have been a career-ending freak accident with his eyes and a steam cooker. So, but then Anthony, when he looked at Raimundo, it must be Ray Muratalla. He's a mixture of Esteban de Jesus and Miguel Cotto. That's an interesting combination. Miguel Cotto and Esteban de Jesus. You know what? I mean, I've seen more than enough Esteban de Jesus fights, but I might actually have to run. I might actually run back some highlights just to see if I can see what you're talking about for him. Yeah, Miguel Cotto was prime Miguel Cotto. I'm not talking about the Miguel Cotto that kind of disgraced himself near the end of his career, but the Cotto of like 140 and 147 was a vicious Cotto. Like that was.
He was.
Yeah, like super vicious. But I don't ever. Yeah. Well, De Jesus definitely had the movements. Cotto was not a guy that did that gave angles. That wasn't his type of fighting.
Yeah, Cotto was very versatile to me. I like Cotto. I mean, he was a very versatile fighter. But yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Cotto was a converted southpaw and very versatile. It was great. Like. Bro would brawl with you, Cotto was something different. Was something 140, 147. Cotto was a beast. Yeah. And let's see, can you blame Raymond's for the lack of competition he has in Mexico that is professional levels? Are we talking about the same person? Like Muratala's he's been fighting in the U.S. That's what I'm trying to say. What? Can you blame him for? Yeah. No, Raymond Muratala's been fighting in the U.S. As far as I know. He's with
RGBA. He's with the Robert Garcia School of Boston Academy. So he's gonna, I think a good fight maybe him versus Maxie Hughes, even though people think it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean Maxie Hughes and Kambosos need to fight again, but I think Kambosos wants no parts of Maxie Hughes. Like not even a little bit. Yeah, because everyone keeps telling him that he escaped. He escaped with that win. He got a gift and everything. I can't see that fight happening again. I don't think Kambosos even wants that fight. Oh man.